From the hidden depths of the world's oceans, across rivers, swamps, and glaciers, to the forests and mountains of the Pacific Northwest, nature's deadliest assassins roam, fueled by immense power and armed with incredible strength, crushing bone, shredding flesh, tearing muscle. The battles are ferocious. They consume their prey. Gifted with one of nature's oldest, most efficient, and deadliest weapons, bites. Welcome to the world of wild assassins. Nearly 90 million years ago, during the age of the dinosaurs, stalked the strongest biting terrestrial predator ever known. With a bite force capable of exerting 3 tons of pressure, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. One of countless megafauna that has been lost to time over the millennia, from asteroids hitting the planet and Baltic ice ages to catastrophic volcanic eruptions. In the present day, no living animals have a bite force to rival these giants of the past, but their jaws still pack a terrifying bite. Today's champion is the saltwater crocodile. Armed with a bite force that can exert up to 2 tons of pressure, strong enough to puncture through metal, this deadly assassin is followed by great white sharks, hippopotami, gorillas, polar bears, hyenas, tigers, grizzly bears, and alligators. Powerful jaws, combined with razor-sharp teeth. Bites are one of nature's first and most deadly weapons, capable of crushing, piercing, and tearing flesh and bone. This versatile tool is the favored weapon of nature's deadliest wild assassins. For the last few million years, the most powerful bite of any living animal has belonged to one prehistoric predator, king of the bite. The crocodile. Crocodiles have patrolled Earth's waterways for millions of years. Considered living fossils, they have the most powerful bite of any animal in the world. They are a treasure trove of adaptations. With 3 eyelids and 2 slitted pupils that allow them to see underwater and scan shorelines without moving their heads. Unable to open their jaws underwater, these opportunistic ambush predators will only attack on land or on the banks of rivers or swamps. But it is their terrifying bite that is their greatest adaptation of all. They are armed with slightly curved, conical teeth lining both sides of their jaws. Most crocodiles are equipped with an estimated 60 to 70 teeth, but some have been found to have up to 100 piercing teeth lining their jaws. It has recently been discovered that crocodiles have evolved a second jaw joint over the centuries, allowing these reptilians to retain and distribute their bite force evenly, and ensuring that when crushing its prey, it will not lose its grip, or its dinner for the night. Found in saltwater habitats and brackish wetlands, from India's east coast to the riverbanks of Australia, lives the crocodile with the strongest bite. Saltwater crocodiles boast a jaw power of 3,700 pounds per square inch. And with a body weighing just over half a ton, they are strong ambush predators with a specialized technique for attacking prey. When on the hunt, the saltwater crocodile attacks first with its fierce bite. As it lands its first blow, it begins a technique called the death roll. The saltwater crocodile instantly snaps its prey's neck before pulling them underwater with its 66 sharp teeth, drowning its helpless victim. From here, the crocodile rolls its prey's body, tearing its corpse apart, dismembering its prey, and breaking it into smaller and easier to swallow pieces. Sated and submerged beneath the waters of Asia. These 5-meter-long reptilians are large and graceful creatures. Solitary, territorial, and only mildly social. Saltwater crocodiles almost always remain hidden from the human eye. The Nile crocodile is one of the largest reptilians on the planet. Lurking in the freshwater habitats of Africa, ready to pounce at any moment. They are voracious predators that eat over 40 species of bird, making them integral to the food chain on the continent of Africa. But they are capable predators of much larger prey. A group of Nile crocodiles lounge on the banks of the river. Nearby, a herd of wildebeest has dared to enter the waters for what could be a deadly crossing. Silent and invisible predators, crocodiles can remain submerged underwater for long periods of time. As the wildebeest enter the river, the crocodile's hunt begins. Nose first, this crocodile launches several meters out of the water with its lethal jaws. A valve at the back of its throat allows it to take the wildebeest under the surface without swallowing any water itself. Their jaws hold such astonishing strength, their victims are rendered powerless. This wildebeest never stood a chance against the infallible Nile crocodile. Crocodiles are just one part of the Crocodilia family tree. They're not so distant and equally fearsome cousins can be found throughout the Americas and Asia. Even more closely related to their dinosaur ancestors, they are the longest surviving species on the planet. With similar shaped teeth and recently adapted secondary jaw joints, they too possess one of nature's most powerful and deadliest bites. Alligators. Lurking in the basins of the Amazon and outdating the rainforest itself. Measuring up to 5 meters in length, caimans have evolved very little in the last 200 million years, belonging to the Alligatoridae subfamily Camininae. Boasting a staggering bite force of 6,000 pounds per square inch, the mighty black caiman dominates the rivers and lakes of Amazonia, eating anything and everything they can get their teeth into, from fish and insects to other reptiles and large mammals. With webbed feet and large-scale bodies, these opportunistic predators are swift and silent swimmers. And one of nature's most perfectly adapted wild assassins. In Asia, the Chinese alligator is critically endangered. One of the two members of the Alligatoridae subfamily, Alligatorinae, it has fewer than 150 individuals in the wild due to extreme habitat fragmentation and habitat loss. First appearing 37 million years ago, the Chinese alligator population has been in decline since 5000 BC, and this docile predator now faces extinction, which would leave just one remaining species of the alligator lineage: the American alligator. The Everglades National Park in Florida is home to one of nature's mightiest apex predators, the American alligator. Boasting a population of 5 million, they have a bite force of 2,125 pounds. This deadly assassin was responsible for 4 attacks on humans in Florida and South Carolina in 2022 alone. Measuring up to 4.6 meters in length, they are armed with 80 conical-shaped teeth and a jaw powerful enough to crack a turtle's shell. Their preferred snack are fish, frogs, birds, and mammals. Significantly smaller than their crocodile cousins, they are still a fearsome weapon in the Everglades of Southern America. All alligators and crocodiles play an essential role in maintaining equilibrium within our ecosystems. Sitting at the top of the food chain, they are apex predators that help keep other animal populations balanced. They may be deadly weapons in the wild, but their ability to assassinate any creature, from the smallest of insects to the heaviest of Cape buffaloes, makes them integral to our planet's fragile biodiversity. From the humid rainforests of Thailand to the coastal mangrove swamps of India, lives a cat armed with a terrifying bite. King of the jungle, the tiger. Sitting at the top of the food chain on the continent of Asia, this highly trained assassin is unparalleled in the art of combat, a deity in many faiths, revered across Asia for its strength, courage, and mysterious nature. With a bite force of 1,000 pounds per square inch, tigers possess an astonishing bite. This majestic creature is an unrivaled apex predator, able to traverse across forest floors, unseen and unheard. They are gifted hunters, experts in the art of camouflage with striking orange, white, and black fur. They blend seamlessly into their natural habitat. They lay in wait, armed with sharp claws and razor-sharp 4-inch-long canines. Once they spot their prey, tigers are able to reach speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour.
They close quickly. Escape is nearly impossible. With astonishing force, the tiger clamps its jaws around the deer's throat, suffocating its prey in its vice-like grip. The deer subdued, it rips, shreds, and tears the carcass, carrying its meal away to eat alone. For when tigers clash, the resulting combat is deadly. Only surrender or death. Despite only 5,000 remaining, these majestic creatures are kings of the bite. On the grasslands of Africa lives one of the continent's most skilled assassins. Experts in the art of the attack, these carnivorous felines are armed with a unique bite. With a frightening bite force of 1,100 pounds per square inch, they are one of the few animals on Earth that can grind through large bones. Found in matriarchal clans of up to 90, these voracious scavengers gain nutrition from the parts of animals others leave behind. This specialized skill has led to the species thriving for 10 million years. Perfectly adapted to their place in the African ecosystem. The animal with a bone-crushing bite, the hyena. Hyenas' highly attuned senses allow them to track down abandoned carcasses. No part of the corpse is left to waste. Their powerful jaw can crush with the pressure of a vice. From skin to horns to offal, and their uniquely large teeth will break bones with hardly any effort. These well-adapted bone crushers are also masters of the hunt. Inhabiting a plain filled with prey animals, these pursuit predators will chase their prey until it succumbs to exhaustion, before tearing it apart. Their strength in numbers also allows them to fend off other predators from their hard-earned meals, including the king of the savannah, the lion, who knows better than to engage with a clan of bloodthirsty hyenas. Perfectly adapted for the life of a predator on the sumptuous plains of Africa. Like many carnivores, hyenas are often seen as pest species, meaning they come into conflict with humans when they prey on livestock, which often results in retaliatory killings by farmers, often by poisoning. Yet despite the many dangers, hyenas continue to thrive, with an estimated 47,000 individuals in the wild. These cunning and intrepid survivalists have eked out their place in the African ecosystem, with the help of their unique and powerful bite. Over 70% of the world's surface is covered by water, making the oceans the largest kingdom on Earth. And this one species is the undisputed apex predator of this kingdom. With a fossil record dating back 400 million years, they have outlived the dinosaurs and many other forms of life currently on Earth. They are perfectly evolved to be the ultimate killing machines, at the top of the food chain, masters of the sea. portrayed in culture with terror. They are storied nightmares of the deep. Sleek, fast, efficient assassins. With endless rows of terrifying, razor-sharp teeth, they tear, shred, and grapple their prey. King of the bite. The shark. New species of shark are discovered every year. These mercenaries of the sea measure from 16 centimeters to the immense 12.3-meter length of the whale shark. Sharks are born with terrifying teeth that grow in 5 to 15 conveyor belt-like rows. Most sharks house between 50 to 300 teeth. With serrated edges, they can cut their prey of large mammals and fish into smaller pieces. But the whale shark has an epic 3,000 teeth in its mouth. Yet it is not the shark with the most teeth that has the strongest bite. The legendary king of the bite is the great white shark. Weighing 2,300 kilograms, great white sharks are legendary for their ferocity. With the second strongest bite force in the animal kingdom, 4,000 pounds per square inch. They hunt close to the water's surface, their rows of razor-sharp teeth. Fully adapted to tearing chunks of flesh, they sneak up on unsuspecting prey, delivering an almost always fatal bite. Their unique upper jaw can be dislocated when biting, efficiently sinking teeth into flesh, even human flesh. Over 300 people have faced this ferocious bite, 30 who did not survive. Great white sharks are the most dangerous predators in the ocean kingdom. Their preferred prey are seals, fish, rays, and other sharks. Found in densely populated waters surrounding the Galapagos Islands, with a significantly lower bite force of 600 pounds per square inch. Tiger sharks are arguably more aggressive and dangerous than their great white shark cousins. They are non-selective feeders and voracious predators, sinking their identical 48 teeth into whatever prey they can find. Their insatiable appetite and penchant for feeding frenzies has led to over 110 attacks on humans, responsible for 31 fatalities. They are the garbage cans of the sea. These formidable creatures are true apex predators. In the shallow waters and coral reefs of the Earth's oceans, patrols a slightly smaller shark, armed with 60 teeth and a distinctive black tip on its fin. When migrating, they tend to approach beaches, preferring shallow water, resulting in accidental confrontations with human beings, with only one proving to be fatal. with narrow oblique cusped teeth on its upper jaw and narrow serrated ones on its lower, allowing it to cut into its prey like a steak knife. The black-tip shark feasts mostly on reef fish and crustaceans. With 44 to 45 teeth, the black-tip shark has a perfectly evolved and efficient bite. Unfortunately, all sharks are hunted across the globe for their skin, meat, and livers. 73 million sharks are killed each year for their fins alone. Overfishing also has a significant effect on shark populations. Sharks reproduce more slowly than other marine animals, making them more vulnerable to fishing pressures, especially the infamous great hammerhead sharks, 90% of which perish when captured by targeted or incidental fisheries. This high mortality rate, along with their highly valued fin, means these iconic creatures are now on the brink of extinction. Along with another 2.4% of the shark population. A devastating blow to the rich biodiversity of our oceans. As with all predators, sharks directly and indirectly affect all levels of the food chain. They help to maintain structure and keep the ocean's ecosystems healthy. Mercenaries of the seas, patrollers of the aquatic biome. They are integral to its ability to survive and thrive. In the rivers, lakes, and swamps of sub-Saharan Africa lives one of the most famous fearsome predators on the African continent. Considered one of the most dangerous animals on the planet, these mighty semi-aquatic mammals are armed with a powerful bite, with tusks at the front of their mouth that can grow to a foot in length, and armed with a bite force of 1,850 pounds per square inch. They are responsible for 500 human fatalities per year. They are the submerged keepers of Africa's rivers, appearing at any moment, ready to attack. The hippopotamus. Weighing up to 1,800 kilograms, the hippo is the third largest land mammal. Yet it is capable of traveling up to 30 kilometers per hour over short distances. Their big, tough molars are used for crushing and grinding food, but their tusks are primed for defense and attack. They are incredibly aggressive and territorial, presiding over 5 to 30 cows and calves. Their jaws are capable of opening up to 4 feet wide, perfect for battle with other hippos. Their unpredictable and territorial nature sees them often attacking boats, frequently charging and capsizing them, with fatal results. With razor-sharp tusks and tons of weight behind them, it's no wonder these gigantic animals are one of Africa's most feared predators. Once ranged from the Nile Delta to the Western Cape, hippos are now mostly confined to protected areas and nature reserves due to habitat loss and deforestation. Confining these majestic creatures to shrinking pieces of land and water. But despite these ongoing threats, the hippopotamus population remains stable, as these mighty creatures continue to instill fear into the hearts of many. As a top predator on the continent of Africa, with a mighty bite. Deep in the tropical rainforest of equatorial Africa live our majestic cousins, with an awe-inspiring bite, the fierce and intimidating gorilla. Weighing up to 160 kilograms, with a bite force of 1,300 pounds per square inch, you could be forgiven for thinking they were deadly predators. But these gentle giants live a largely peaceful life. These striking creatures are not considered apex predators, nor do they feast on the carcasses of large prey. Instead, they feast on leaves, bamboo shoots, stems, and fruit. Armed with sharp, long canines, their terrifying bite is used for intimidation, to defend against external threats, and in the face of competition for dominance. As a deadly weapon. Traveling in troops of up to 10 members, the singular male or silverback must protect his harem of women and their offspring. The fight for dominance is usually between a son and his father. As the son tries to break away from the troop, or believes it's time for his father to step down. Only then does the fight for dominance begin, in a fearsome display of power. Gifted with power and strength, gorillas are perhaps one of the most misunderstood animals. Often portrayed as dangerous and aggressive, they are in fact gentle giants. Shy by nature, they only become aggressive when they feel threatened. They are perhaps most misunderstood due to the power of their fearsome bite. From the dense green forests that span the planet, to the ice-covered waters of the Arctic, live 8 species of the strongest predator. with the largest land carnivore in the world. Armed with a bite force varying from 975 pounds to 1,200 pounds per square inch. These are wild assassins. Equipped with piercing fangs and lethal claws. These titans are 5 times stronger than the average human. They are some of the largest, most menacing, and ferocious land-based predators in existence. Bears. Polar bears can weigh up to 1,500 pounds, while an adult grizzly can run up to 56 kilometers per hour, with a bite that can crush bone or bamboo. They may seem savage, but bears are among the most intelligent land-based mammals in the northern hemisphere, with the largest and most complex brains of other land mammals their size. Immense and cunning, with an awesome bite. The most common bear is the American black bear. On the rocky shores of a river in the Pacific Northwest of America, roams an American black bear, boasting a 2-layered furry coat that protects it from water and the elements, and a mighty jaw with 42 terrifying teeth. Weighing up to 300 kilograms and measuring up to 4 meters in length, with a bite force of 975 pounds per square inch. Also largely in the Pacific Northwest, Canada, and Alaska, roams its larger and more aggressive cousin, armed with sharp claws and piercing fangs, the grizzly bear. They will hibernate between 5 to 7 months of the year, eating up to 30,000 calories a day in preparation. Their favorite protein-rich meal? Fish. This bear is waiting on the banks of the rapid rivers that flow through the Pacific Northwest. It will take excellent timing and a piercing bite to catch their most delectable prey. Equipped with exceptionally sharp and strong incisors, grizzly bears' teeth are designed specifically for ripping and tearing prey apart, in preparation for the long months ahead. Grizzly bears boast a powerful bite force of 1,160 pounds per square inch. Armed with fangs that grow up to 3 inches in length, they often feast on elk, bison, and caribou. They are fond of ambush attacks using brute force. Their half-ton of power reaches up to 56 kilometers per hour. The grizzly bear strikes with phenomenal speed and force. On its hind legs at over 3 meters tall, it towers over its prey. Its formidable jaws latch onto the caribou, sinking its razor-sharp canines into its flesh. Tearing muscle, breaking bone, its bite victorious. On the frozen plains of the Arctic, roams a bear even more aggressive than the grizzly bear, the largest land carnivore on the planet, the polar bear. Armed with a bite force of 1,000 pounds per square inch, it is one of the most formidable apex predators on the planet, with the largest polar bear on record weighing an impressive 950 kilograms and measuring well over 3 meters in height. The polar bear has no natural enemies. The only conflict they face is between themselves, fighting over territory and mates. These bloody battles with teeth and claws can be deadly. The polar bear's fierce bite is also an effective tool in the hunt, its white fur allowing it to sneak up easily on its prey. It can walk straight up to a herd of walrus and take its pig, sinking its sharp teeth into the thick hide of the walrus. The polar bear is armed with incisors that enable it to pierce, shear, and tear off blubber and flesh. The ideal weapon for this deadly assassin. As temperatures rise and the ice melts at a rapid pace across the Arctic, polar bears have become the most at risk of all bears in the Northern Hemisphere. Despite sitting at the top of the food chain, there is little the polar bear can do in the face of climate change. Shrinking habitats have driven polar bears increasingly into human areas in search of food. While not yet endangered, the polar bear population is in decline. These deadly weapons in the wild are vital to the balance of these frozen ecosystems. The conservation of their Arctic habitats is essential to the survival of these magnificent wild assassins. Across the planet, bears are under constant threat of loss of habitat, hunting, poaching, capture, and climate change. These once abundant species are now largely confined to shrinking mountains and forested enclaves around the world. As a keystone species, all bears are of great significance to the wider ecosystems in which they live. One of nature's greatest wild assassins. All across the planet, mighty and ferocious creatures evolved to be apex predators with ferocious teeth, champions of mountains, forests, glaciers, and oceans. With immense power and incredible strength, they reside at the very top of the food chain. Nature's wild assassins, armed with the deadliest weapons in nature, an essential part of their ecosystems, helping to maintain and protect the delicate balance of nature, with the awesome power of their bite. For millions of years, at the top of their food chains, perfectly evolved apex predators, whose existence comes under threat, we learn the deadliest assassin of all is man.